Get ready. Get set. It's time for the basement view. Well, good evening. How's everybody doing? Glad to be here. Thank God it's Friday. Man, gonna be a hard one. Whew. How's everybody doing? Do me a favor, subscribe and hit that thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Hey, Charles, what's happening? Right off the bat, I'm going to say this. Hey, Carmen, what's up? Right off the bat, I'm going to say this right quick. I was watching the stock market today. And the stock market got pretty upset today. And it was a little different. So I think I'm going to watch it Monday. And based on what happens Monday, hey, Lisa, what's up, James? Based on what happens Monday, I might liquidate and go to cash. Why is that? Well, the market took a good dip today. And there was some really ugly speaking on Wall Street. The consumer confidence. See if I can clean that up some. Nope. I guess this is going to be one of those days I'm going to be buffering. I don't know what's going on with it. Looks like a good stream. Yeah, I see that. Don't know why it's doing that. All the numbers are looking good. Got me on that one. Anyway, we're going to try to get through this. Hopefully, it's a constant buffer right now, because right now it looks like it's going okay. We're gonna have to just try and get through this. Unfortunately, sometimes this happens. Anyway, okay, so it must have cleared up. I refreshed it. Okay, it must have cleared up. Like I was saying, the consumer confidence dropped by 10 points. And that's really big. That is really big. That spooks the market. That will scare the shit out of the market. And the big boys will start dumping. Okay? So what I was saying was, in the beginning, for those interested about the investing part, I'm going to put that on hold for right now based on what I'm seeing in the market. Okay? The market is freaked out right now about what's going on with Donald Trump. Okay? What they're doing is, like I said in the beginning, the stock market hates uncertainty. And right now, we live in a world of uncertainty. So, hopefully, I'm hoping this thing clears up, because some people saying it's buffering and some people saying it's not. It looks like I saw it in the beginning, but I'm not seeing it now. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, let's just try and get through it. Apparently, the GOP has starting to get some heat from Doge. Just before I start setting up this evening, I got a little news report in, so I'm gonna play this clip. And apparently, they're getting some backlash finally about this stuff that Doge is doing. We're gonna play this. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play this. We're gonna talk about it a little bit, but then I'm gonna go into a class. We're gonna have a class tonight on recognizing when you hearing a lie. Okay, we're gonna break down a lie into its anatomy. All right, so let's play this clip. Just coming in when I got ready this evening.
We're going to turn to other news and the latest on the Trump administration right now. The president is expected to sign new executive orders any moment now as the list of laid-off federal workers continues to grow. President Trump promises more job cuts. Elon Musk leading the Doge efforts to downsize the government. And the Washington Post reports Trump is preparing to dissolve the leadership of the U.S. Postal Service and absorb the independent mail agency into his administration. A raucous crowd of constituents expressing their frustration and anger with the Trump administration during a town hall in Georgia. Congressman Rich McCormick was interrupted several times as he tried to defend the president during yesterday's meeting. Listen to this.
But by and large, the president has great purview over where a lot of this money goes. Now, some of this is going to be litigated. I'll pause whenever you want, and you can go and yell all you want, but I can't understand 10 people, let alone 100 people at once.
Joining me now for more is ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang and investigative reporter Olivia Rubin. Selena, I want to begin with you. What's the latest on the mass layoffs from Doge, and what are you hearing from federal workers about all these layoffs?
Yeah, there's been a lot of chaos here and confusion, and I've been hearing from federal workers that they believe these firings are indiscriminate, that they have not been targeted, and they believe that the government is essentially taking a chainsaw, cutting out these probationary workers, even if they are serving in critical roles. Now, we're learning from 2 U.S. officials that the Pentagon has temporarily paused their plans for mass layoffs as they examine the potential impact that this could have on military readiness. So the Pentagon has tens of thousands of probationary employees who are people who've been hired more recently between the last 1 to 3 years. So this could potentially have a huge impact on the Pentagon. So those reviews are still ongoing. Now, we've learned from sources, meanwhile, that the FAA has been undergoing these layoffs and that more than 100 people have been laid off. We've been speaking to some of these folks who have just lost their jobs, and they believe that this could have an impact on public safety. I just want to read to you a quote from what one worker told us, saying that, quote, "If we're no longer there to create the maps that air traffic controls are using," so this is an employee who was working on the team responsible for producing these air traffic navigation maps. This person goes on to say that, quote, "Mistakes will eventually happen. Inside the FAA, there's a lot of fear for public safety given these layoffs." And this is something that I'm hearing at other agencies as well, including the Department of Health and Human Services, at the FDA, people who are responsible for ensuring the health and safety of Americans.
Olivia, we're seeing pushback, as we just played from one of the town halls, from county Republican lawmakers rather across this country who have been pretty pro-Doge. But I'm wondering if scenes like like the one we just showed could perhaps change some of that.
Well, I think it's already changing. We've already seen prominent Republicans coming out and raising questions about the way that Doge is going about this. And I think what's so key to remember here, you just heard Selena lay out all of these firings, cuts to the budget, and that's not something that's just affecting Washington, D.C. Much of the federal workforce is around the country, so these are people in many of them Republican states that are losing their jobs. Think about the IRS cuts yesterday. Those affected workers in Texas, Florida, Pennsylvania. So this is sort of nationwide, and I think we are seeing Republicans come out. I think of Republican Senator Susan Collins, who was upset about the cuts to the funding for NIH and had said that she personally called HHS Secretary Bobby Kennedy to see that some of this was reversed. I want to take a minute because, you know, this is very important to just read to you a couple statements of what other Republicans are saying. This is Senator Lisa Murkowski of Alaska that said many of these abrupt terminations will do more harm than good. She wrote that indiscriminate workforce cuts aren't efficient and won't fix the federal budget. Senator Bill Cassidy, a Republican from Louisiana, saying, I'm all for efficiency and ultimately downsizing the federal government, but firing large numbers of new FBI agents is not the way to achieve this. And lastly, Senator John Curtis, a Republican from Utah, saying, I think if there's one thing I can change about Doge, it's that it's moving so fast, it's not really factoring in the human element. So we are certainly seeing Republicans coming out and pushing back here.
Olivia Rubin, Selena Wang, thank you both very much.
All right, so let's talk about that. Now, let's discuss two things off the bat. The first thing was the first thing they said. Remember Wednesday when I told you all that Louis DeJoy was leaving the Postmaster General position. And I said, he's probably going to get a spot in the administration. I know something's up. Did you hear? Trump's talking about moving the Postal Service into his administration or the leadership into his administration. What the hell is that all about? You know, how the hell is he going to do that? So what he's saying is, I'm getting ready to fuck up the post office. I'm getting ready to screw it up. That's what he's saying. Because guess what? He already fired the people at the Labor Relations Board. Okay? So the only way a union can fight, which is why a lot of these cases are getting thrown out of court, is they have to take it to the Labor Board. And there is no Labor Board. So for everybody that's got a union, guess what? Your union has no place to file a case. That's bad news. Okay? That's bad. The unions across this country has no place to file a case anymore. So, let's look at the second thing. One of the last things this guy said is that all of this they're doing does not take the human being part of it into the equation. That's the reason you don't want the government run like a business. I've said this 1,000 times. A government cannot run like a business because a business does not have to take human beings into account. Government does. Okay? When you run a government, you have to be concerned about the people underneath that government. When you run a business, you don't give a damn about the people. It's just the bottom line. Okay? These people say they wanted a businessman. Well, they got one. They said they wanted a businessman. Well, that's what you got. Okay? So, I don't know what to tell you. So now, they're starting to get upset. And like I was saying, Wall Street does not like uncertainty. And I think the big guys are starting to get the jitters. Because today, it looked like a lot of the sell-off was solid. It was a solid sell-off. Usually, there's some bump in there somewhere, but this was a solid sell-off today. And I'm like, And then the consumer confidence numbers came out. And when the estimate is literally 10 points higher than the actual number, Wall Street ain't gonna like that at all. Okay? So I'm gonna suspend talking about investing right now. I'm gonna watch it Monday, and it's a good chance I might just get out of the market Monday and just go to cash and just call it good and wait this one out. Because in the beginning, I didn't think it was stupid enough to fuck up the market. I didn't think they were that stupid. Of course, them being as rich as they are and diversified as they are, of course, they don't mind screwing up the market. Okay? So I'll let you know Monday what I did. Monday evening, I'll let you know what I did during the day. Because it looks like I might go to cash and just sit back on the sideline and wait for some of this foolishness to be over with. So, all right, that being said, I was told to make sure I get this out there today. There is going to be a boycott of any kind of spending February 28th. Let me put this up. Booyah. Economic blackout on February 28, 2025. Take part and share the news. Okay? Don't buy anything unless it's from a small business that you know about, that's close to you or something. But other than that, don't buy anything. Or unless you just gotta have it. If it's something gonna keep you alive. Okay? And what the heck? I'm getting a warning on the screen. Let me do this. All right. So, just so you know, that's the deal. We're gonna have a boycott, a blackout, economic blackout, February 28th. Okay, just so we know. Also, there's another one as well. Let's see if I can find that here. Let's see. Let me do this. See what's going on. Make sure this thing doesn't buffer. All right. Let's see here. All right. I'm going to put this one up as well, just so you can see it. I'm only going to show it for a minute because this might, I don't know what the deal is here. Okay. Put that up for a second. And just so you can see it, and I'm going to take it down. So, there. You saw it. If you need to, I know I took it down pretty quick. Because for some reason, that slide seems to be interfering with something. I don't know why. So, just so you all know, that's what's going on. At least 30% of government employees are vets. What will happen when their PTSD kick in? Not to laugh, but yeah, that's serious shit, you know. I hadn't thought of that. That's why I laughed. I hadn't thought of that because, yeah, there are quite a bit of them out there that are working, and this may affect them pretty adversely. So that's a very good point. That's kind of scary. Hopefully, you know, I can't say anything else. This is about to be bad. It's about to be jacked up because they've just done it. It's screwed up. It ain't nothing, you know, there ain't nothing you can, you know, you can't unring the bell. You know, this thing is coming unraveled. They done fucked it up. It's what they've done. So we just got to sit back and go for the ride, you know? Now, my only advice is just tell you what, take you some money and take it in the house out of the banks, period. Take you some money out of the banks and hold on to it. Okay? Get you a little safe in the house to put you some valuables in just in case. Stock up on you some stuff for your pantry. This is about to get ugly because they're screwing it up. And they seem to think, you know, who knows what they think? Because this is ridiculous. Steve Bannon was out at CPAC yesterday talking about Trump 2028. Okay? A congressman out of Tennessee has already sponsored legislation to amend the Constitution for Trump 2028. We have a bunch of people that are insane running this country right now. Can't put the genie back in the bottle. That's so true. That is so true. And, you know, I don't know, you know, these people are so crazy that they are literally talking about it in terms of war. Okay, they're speaking in terms of war. All right? They're speaking like they're not going to get it back. We've got it and we're never going to give it back. We're going to fight. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And I'm like, this is really about to get out of hand. So, if you're asking me, first, get pissed off. You got to get pissed off because when you get pissed off, that's when you do something. You got to get pissed off, make some moves to protect you. That's what you got to do. They screwing it up. And I don't know what the hell he's talking about doing something with the post office. You know, that would mess up a lot of stuff. Okay. Okay. Civil War, right on, right on. Hey, you know, not like I want one, but, you know, man, see, this is something, and I got a clip I'm going to play later on. This is something that's going to split families right down the middle, you know. There's going to be a point where there's going to be a brother sitting across from a table from each other and have to decide if they're going to shoot at each other. Okay? This is this is about to get crazy. Because like that representative in that video who wanted to bullshit them people sitting there in front of him, it ain't gonna go over well. So, right now, I want to try and play this other clip. Let's take a class. It's time to get started on building my bunker. Yeah. You hope there won't be another insurrection. There's probably going to be. Because the people who are getting pissed off now are the insurrectionists. Okay? They're the party of insurrection. And they're finally starting to get pissed off. Because as the video said, all of these latest firings are happening in places like Texas and Georgia and Louisiana, all of those places. That's all Republican, okay? So it's finally starting to hit them, okay? Them that did the thing. It's starting to hit them, okay? So right now, I want to pivot. We'll get back to that after this, but I want to pivot right quick because I want to get this out there. I saw this video and I looked at it and oh, it pissed me off so bad. And I said, I got to show the folks this video because it sounded so good. It sounded so good that I was like, wow, there's a lot of people going to buy into this video. Now, when I play this video, I want you to put aside what you feel about Donald Trump. Put that aside for a second. Just watch the video, listen to it, and see, don't it make a little sense as you listen to it. See, don't it make a little sense? I'm going to play this video right quick. Check it out.
I have a question. Are we willing to finally admit that we have been manipulated, lied to by our elected officials and by the media? Let's talk about this Doge situation. Now, Donald Trump commissioned an agency to conduct an audit of federal spending while pausing federal spending to make sure that our tax dollars are being utilized properly. And as a result, over the last 2 weeks, we've seen announcement after announcement of ridiculous spending that has been done with our tax dollars. Some of the most crazy things. And yet we've seen Democrats outside of government offices that have been closed for audit protesting and acting like insurrectionists, trying to get in the doors in order to prevent you from getting access to that information that has been hidden from us for so long. We see them holding emergency hearings in Congress, trying to take away Donald Trump's powers or trying to impeach him, as a matter of fact, as of today, all because he said, let's see what you guys have been spending the American people's tax dollars on. And sadly, I see Democrat voters regurgitating the same nonsense that is being spewed by the frenzied criminals in Congress who are trying to stop you from getting access to that information on how your tax dollars are being spent. Now, Donald Trump, you don't have to like him, but it's pretty hard to argue that he hasn't been doing things that we've been demanding for decades from our government. Give the man a chance. That's all.
Now, somebody tell me what you think. Did that sound halfway sensible? Now, did he make a decent argument? You know, show of hands. Did he make any kind of argument that kind of sounded okay? What you think? Anybody? Because I'm going to tell you. I'm going to break down that whole speech, and we're going to look at it, okay? We're going to look at everything that brother said. And what make me so mad about it is here's a black man, and he's trying to speak to black people. And he's going to convince those that don't know how to hear, those that don't know how to listen. He's going to convince them because that sounded convincing. That was, yeah, Carmen, that kind of made sense. Didn't make an argument to you. Well, okay, there are those of us who just ain't down for anything that's Trump down for. Okay, I get it. That's why I said, if you can, put what you think about Trump or you know, your smarts away for a second. That's what a Trumper told me yesterday. What about the planes taking immigrants back? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, here's where we gonna go to class. We gonna go to class right now. Check this out. I'm gonna break that whole thing down. Everything he just said. Check this out. Let's start with the first part. Let's start with that first part.
I have a question. Are we willing to finally admit that we have been manipulated, lied to by our elected officials and by the media? Let's talk about this Doge situation. Now, Donald Trump commissioned an agency to conduct an audit of federal spending.
Okay. Let's say this. First of all, Donald Trump didn't commission shit. Okay? Donald Trump did not commission anything. There was no agency commissioned to do any audits. Okay? When you commission an agency, you sit down with Congress, you have a hearing or two, you make a decision on the way forward. You decide, hey, we're gonna set up a commission. We're gonna name the departments and agencies that we want to audit. We're going to set up parameters for this commission to follow. We're going to audit one agency out of this list at a time. We're going to review the results. We're going to make the results public and the decision public. Okay? That's how you commission an agency to do an audit. Okay? So that's the first part of that. That was a lie off the bat. Donald Trump grabbed the fool off the street, say, hey, you and your boys run roughshod over the government and slash and burn. That's what Donald Trump did. Okay? That's what Donald Trump did. So that's the first part of that lie. All right, let's check out the second part of that lie.
While pausing federal spending to make sure that our tax dollars are being utilized properly.
Right, that's how it's done. Yeah, Trump and Musk didn't do it that way. Right. Now, this fool said, while pausing that spending. You can't fucking pause the government spending? Do you know how many people you'll kill? Do you know what you will do to people by pausing government spending? That shit made me so mad when he said that while pausing that spending. See, that's the problem. See, a business can pause spending. A government can't. Why? Because that spending affects human beings' lives. That's why. that was so stupid. I couldn't believe it. It was just amazing. It was amazing. Let's listen to the third part.
While pausing federal spending to make sure that our tax dollars are being utilized properly.
Crazy, crazy. Let's check this one out.
And as a result, over the last 2 weeks, we've seen announcement after announcement of ridiculous spending that has been done with our tax dollars. Some of the most crazy things.
All you've heard over the last couple of weeks is them get up there and say a lot of bullshit about what they found. We found 1 million people that's over 150 years old on Social Security. We found people making $30 million, you know, while they sitting there in government. Now, this fool say they found all of this fraud and stuff. Has anybody seen any evidence of anything that they have found? Have they shown anything? They've got in front of cameras and said a bunch of shit. They ain't shown you anything that was found. I haven't heard any cases being filed for fraud. I haven't heard any investigations against anybody. There ain't been no perp walks, nothing. There ain't been no, you know, show me some charts and show me some numbers that this department spent on this, you know. They got people like this guy here spewing out this shit because they manipulate the human language. The English language is some powerful shit if you can manipulate it. I'm going to tell you, this dude here, and somebody's going to listen to him. That's the problem. Check this out.
And yet we've seen Democrats outside of government offices that have been closed for audit protesting and acting like insurrectionists, trying to get in the doors in order to prevent you from getting access to that information that has been hidden from us for so long.
The Democrats, he just compared the Democrats to insurrectionists. They've been outside of the closed offices trying to get in, acting like insurrectionists. Did you see that? Did you see that? He put people marching because they want answers to why you shutting stuff down. How can you be doing this willy-nilly with no thought? And he's comparing that to insurrectionists. You see the manipulation? You see it? When somebody's talking, listen to everything they're saying and go back and re-listen. Make sure you caught everything they said, because these guys are good. And they got this black, he's on social media speaking to other black people. That's his purpose, to speak to other black people, to lull them into, oh yeah, you know what? He might have a point. He might have a point there. No, the fuck he ain't. Okay? No, he doesn't. I mean, just plain lying. Plain lying. Let's look at some more.
We see them holding emergency hearings in Congress, trying to take away Donald Trump's powers or trying to impeach him, as a matter of fact, as of today. All because he said, let's see what you guys have been spending the American people's tax dollars on. And sadly, I see Democrat voters regurgitating the same nonsense that is being spewed by the frenzied criminals in Congress who are trying to stop you from getting access to that information on how your tax dollars are being spent.
Trying to stop him, trying to take away his powers, holding hearings and possibly impeachment to take away Trump's powers. No. How about stop him from breaking the fucking law? He's breaking the law under the Constitution. That's how you get impeached. By breaking the law. He doesn't have the power to set the Constitution aside. Did you hear this jackass? And he's purposely, see, because a lot of people hear that and be like, man, you're right. Because that is the stuff I want to know. They trying to keep him from getting the information I want to know. God damn it. You ain't asked nobody for that information. I certainly didn't ask him to turn Elon Musk loose in my private records. I certainly didn't do that. Okay? So, you can break everything one of these bastards say down bit by bit and see what a lie it is. I mean, I can't stand these folks. I'm going to tell you, I can't stand them. Can't stand them. I'm going to play one more piece. Just one more piece.
Now, Donald Trump, you don't have to like him, but it's pretty hard to argue that he hasn't been doing things that we've been demanding for decades from our government. Give the man a chance. That's all.
Yeah, I can't argue that. That's a damn lie. He ain't doing nothing that I've asked for. You know, show me where he's doing something that I've asked for. Is he doing anything you've asked for? Show me something he's doing that you've asked for. Okay? Because that's some bullshit. He is not doing anything. Nothing at all that I asked for. Really? I mean, that's crazy. That is crazy. This man and these people like this are off the chain with bullshit. They're off the chain with bullshit. And what really makes me so mad, some of them have such a good control of the English language that what they say sounds really good. I tell you what, I'm going to show you a couple of guys. There's one guy who ain't worth a damn that I'm about to show you. I'm going to show you this guy right here. He ain't worth a damn. The way he speaks couldn't convince nobody in the world. Y'all remember this guy when you see him. This guy right here. Y'all know who that is. That's Tim Scott out of South Carolina. Look at that jackass. We remember who that is. Well, Tim Scott, y'all remember him. Ooh, Donald Trump, I love you. I just love you. That's that guy. Y'all remember that guy. You talk about a jackass. Now, he couldn't convince me of nothing. Not one thing. Okay? But I'm going to tell you, there's another guy. And this guy is like that guy in the video. Okay? This guy's like that guy in the video. This man I'm about to show you now has a magnificent command of the English language. That's this guy right here. Okay? That's Byron Donalds. Byron Donalds, this is one of the most dangerous black men in America. He's out of Florida, representative out of Florida. That guy there, that's a dangerous dude. He is an excellent word manipulator. Okay? It's these guys that are out there convincing black people to go that way. Them the guys that's out there convincing people that what Donald Trump is doing, oh, it's good. It's good for all of us. You know, that's bull crap. That's pure bull crap. And these are the people that are guiding us into a hell. We're about to go through a hell. And these guys are happy to march us right into it. Now, see, I don't know. Hey, if you in Byron Scott District, I can't wait to see what he tells you. You know, when your car note is due, your house note is due, because you just got fired off your government job, I want to hear what he tells you. I can't wait to hear these guys speak. Because up to now, have you heard them speaking about anything? I haven't heard any GOP reps speaking about anything. Nothing at all. Any of you heard anything? I haven't. These jackasses are going to march us right into hell because they're so good at manipulating the English language. You got to be careful. When these people are speaking, make sure you're listening. Make sure you break it down and listen. Okay? Now, I think I queued up a video, a clip of a young lady who also has a good command of the English language. And I want to play what she has to say about it. I think I got that queued up here. Let's find out. Maybe I didn't. Nope, I didn't put it up there. Oh well, next time. I have her have what she got to say next time. Ain't no GOP politician said shit. Right. Right. They haven't. They haven't. And rightly so, because I think they hadn't. I think they hadn't. I think they watching the people get pissed. I think they watching the people get pissed. And I think they saying to themselves, uh-oh, Shaggy. You know? I think they realize the wheel's about to come off the bus. Because they are. And I think they realize that they are between a rock and a hard place. Because the only thing that has moved them is Trump and their fear of him. Well, Trump has the voters. And now the voters are about to be pissed at them. For some reason, they're getting mad at Trump, but they're going after them. So they're between a rock and a hard place. If you saw earlier, at that town hall meeting down in Georgia, down in Rockwell, Georgia, they were yelling and screaming stuff like, how are you going to rein him in? And that man stood there blinking because he didn't have any answer for that shit. I know he was thinking to himself, how am I going to rein him in? And they were saying, we didn't vote for a king. I bet that dude was standing there like, please let this hurry up and be over because I need to get out of town. So, as far as I'm concerned, we just gonna lay low. Let's just lay low. And watch the house burn. Let's just make sure we can suck up some oxygen. That's all. Let's just keep sucking some oxygen. Because it's about to get ugly. Because these idiots say that's what happens when you make a deal with the devil. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I heard a preacher the other day call him the Antichrist. Now, there are those of you who may have heard me say something of that nature. While I did not call him the Antichrist, this is what I said. While I'm not qualified to call him the Antichrist, everything he has done and said really does match everything I've ever heard as a description of the Antichrist. Now that's all I can say. Every description of the Antichrist I've ever heard, he certainly fits that description. So I'll let y'all work on that one. But yeah, Charles, all we can do, man, we gon' sit and watch and wait. But I want you to be pissed off now. You better be pissed off. Don't be scared. Don't be complacent. Be pissed off. Because that's when you will get up off your ass and do something. And when it's time to do something, you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to shit or get off the pot. That's the way it is. Okay? So, be ready. Now, like I said to someone else the other day also, is the one thing I'm damn sure going to make sure of is I'm going to make sure damn, Ronnie. Oh, you have to go and say that. Say give a new meaning to March Madness. Oh, you're killing me, man. I tell you what, you might be right. You might be right. I tell you what, though. This is one thing for sure. When the shit do hit the fan, because right now, this is starting to seep into that MAGA crowd. See, they starting to get to the find out part of the equation. Okay? Down in Texas, a lot of government jobs lost in Texas. Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, a lot of government jobs. So, when the shit hit the fan and they start yelling about marching to Washington and we getting ready to tear this shit down, make sure all the MAGA people are in front of you, okay? Make sure they're hitting the Capitol first, okay? When this second insurrection, I was about to say something else. When this second insurrection happens, make sure the MAGA hat is in front of you, marching in front of you, okay? Tell them, hey, when they come knock on your door, hey, we got to go do something. Say, yeah. I'm going to go grab my stuff. I'll be right behind you. Okay? See? Because they going to get pissed off, and they going to want us to march with them. Okay? That's how that go. So let them insurrectionists run their ass up to the Capitol first. Say, we'll be right behind you. Or I'll be with your brother shooting at you. One or the other. You know? Because it could get down to the point where, you know, it's brother against brother, father against son. It could get to that. And that's kind of what they want. That's what the billionaires want. You know, this thing ain't by accident. This is what they want. They would love for us to rip each other apart. So you're going to be home drinking a beer, eating some BBQ. Hey, watching the revolution be televised? I know that's right. Watch the revolution be televised. Hey, I was told this they problem anyway. They started this mess, let them fix it. That's what I was told. So we'll find out. The weekend is here, and I tell you what, when people are sitting home on the weekend, ain't got no job to go to Monday, and getting pissed off, ooh-wee, nervous. Check this out. You just lost your job. You got a car note due, or a house note due, a mortgage payment due. Next week is the first. And maybe both. You might have a house note and car note and your bills and everything else, and they just put you off the job. And you got the weekend off and no place to go Monday. Now understand something. Understand something, folks. Check this out. Let's look at what's going on. So, the first thing that happened, we're going to do this in chronological order. Donald Trump started yelling about tariffs, right? That's what he did that first, right? The first thing companies did, they started cutting back on spending. They started stockpiling any little parts that they could get that they needed, and they started a plan for laying off. Okay? Then Donald Trump starts to fire people. Him and Elon Musk starts to fire people. Guess what happened? Those same companies started laying off. This company's laying off big time right now. So they started laying off, and Donald Trump started firing and laying off. That's a whole lot of people hitting the job market for no jobs. There ain't no jobs to absorb all of those people. There ain't no jobs to absorb all of those people. It's about to get ugly real fast. So, I hate to be on the receiving end of the anger that's about to be unleashed. There's going to be a lot of anger. Trust me. And I tell you what, one other thing. Down there in them rural areas, they get hot real fast. They get hot real fast. And they will turn on you like a rabid dog. I certainly hope they understand who they need to be turning on. I hope they remember it wasn't the black man that fired you. It was Daddy Trump and Daddy Elon. Remember, GOP, MAGA world, remember who fired you. It wasn't a black man. It wasn't that brown man that got on the airplane going back to Venezuela. Okay? It was Daddy Trump and Daddy Elon that fired you. Hey, at least so they won't be taking your black job. Well, the scary part of that, at least, knowing where you work, what I really hate is, see, there's something else that I just mentioned a little while ago, is that corporations understand how mean and nasty a corporation is, and they don't care about people. Remember, business does not operate according to the people. Business only looks at the bottom line. And in this environment, Donald Trump fired the Labor Relations Board. So the only mechanism for someone who is being treated bad at their job, the only mechanism for them to seek justice is not there anymore. Okay? So those with unions, the union has just been handcuffed. They got no place to file a case. There is no Labor Relations Board. So if your job come out with some crazy rules or decide to do some lousy shit or come out with crazy schedules or odd ass payment plans or whatever, there's nobody to complain to about it. Corporate America is about to redesign itself because it's been unhandcuffed. Okay? I'm frankly glad I'm not working. I'm glad that, that's over. Because what corporate America is about to do right now, if corporate America survives, because let's say this boycott or this blackout happens on the 28th and it is successful and it is announced. As a matter of fact, I heard somebody today talking about it. Father Flager over in Chicago was on the news talking about it. And I was like, well, I be damned. He talking about being out in front of Target on the 28th boycotting because of DEI, them cutting back. And I thought, well, okay, this is really taking foot. So if this happens and is successful on the 28th, and it catches on, and let's say another week is picked for like 3 days, and another week is picked for maybe 3 days, where people really get caught up in saving their money, because that's what we should be doing anyway. Instead of spending money, you don't want to spend money going into a situation like we in right now. So instead of spending your money, let's do it Friday. If that takes hold and start to happen, and you got people out in the street, and then you're going to have more people out in the street, because if the business ain't making any money, guess what they're going to do? They're going to lay off more people. That's more products not being bought. And those people are going to be laying off people. You know, this could cascade really quickly into hell on earth, okay, for this country. This can cascade really fast. So, grab your damn bootstraps and hold on. Because this about to be real. And remember, my advice, go buy you some body armor. Go online while you got a chance. Spend a few dollars. Get you some body armor. Just in case. Because hungry people can get aggressive. Hungry people can get aggressive. And see, body armor ain't just for a bullet. You know, if somebody run up to you and try and stab you with a halfway dull knife, or try to hit you with a baseball bat, it'll help soften the blow too. So, get you some insurance, just in case. And for you women out there, you know, they got some stuff that you can pack them boobs in, and you still look halfway presentable as you go down the street. So, that's my advice. Now, I was asked also, folks asked me, should I get a gun? I'm going to make my position clear on owning a gun. The only way you should get a gun is if you intend to learn how to use it, learn how to clean it and maintain it, and you intend to use it. Don't get a gun if you don't intend to use it. See, that's the difference between saying, well, I'll use it if I have to. That's some bullshit. If you feel like that, you ain't gonna do a damn thing. Only get a gun if you are going to learn to use it, learn to maintain it, and be damn willing to use it. You intend to use it. Okay? I go around my house all the time, and I pick strategic spots to be in. Be defensive in your house. Be defensive in your house, but make sure you got a damn good offense. Okay? Now that's my advice. Go around your house and pick you out some defensive spots from which you can mount an offense. Okay? So, you heard that from me. Oh man, what time is it? Oh man, I've been running my damn mouth. My bad, y'all. Anyway, I'm just gonna call it like it is now. You know, I've been kind of scared to alarm people. I've been trying my best not to alarm everybody and think, oh Lord, Armageddon's coming. God damn it, Armageddon is coming. Okay? I'm just gonna start saying it like it is. It's coming. It's here. It's here. It's banging on your front door right now. Okay? So act like it is. You better start acting like it is. Because it's here. And it ain't gonna get better. It's just gonna get worse. Because these idiots who don't seem to give a damn, you got the Republicans in the House and Senate are like church mice. They sitting up in there like just hoping this all go away. We just hope this go away. It ain't going away. Y'all wanted this mess, now you got it. When Trump marched Elon up on stage the first time, they thought, oh, goddamn, Elon is the cat's meow. They didn't know they got this ketamine addict that's sitting up there about to do some of the craziest shit you ever heard. This has been a real shit show. Anyway, it's Friday. If there's anything that you want to share with me, there's the email. Hit that thumbs up for me. Ring that bell so you'll be alerted when the show is coming on. Project 2025 in full effect. That's absolutely right, brother. That's absolutely right. It's in full effect. And we about to see. We're about to see. Now, I'm going to say this too. There is still that part of me that secretly wants they ass to get toe up. You know that fuck around and find out part? Ooh, it's time for them to find out. So, hey, they get no sympathy from me. None whatsoever. So, on that note, we'll get back together Monday evening. I'll see what I can dig up over the weekend. And y'all keep y'all heads on the swivel. Pay attention. And we'll see what happens. But one thing you know, it's going to be some simmering going on over the weekend. It's going to be some simmering. Yep. So y'all have a good one too. And I'll see you Monday. All right? Take it easy.